Okay, this is going over day 3, Cole, of our inequalities. And we're just going to review this. So if you did not listen very well yesterday, you get another chance. Oops. Okay, Taylor. Now you have a couple worksheets to do. Grant, did you find yours? Worksheet, the pink one. I'll give you a new one.
Wait, what was this from yesterday?
Yes? The one you crumpled up. The one you crumpled up.
Oh wait, no, I did this.
You haven't turned it in.
Wait, wasn't it free?
No, that was 2 days ago. Okay, so we're going to turn it over and do the back. Now, I'm going to collect this one before the end of the hour. You need to get it done.
Okay. Yesterday we did day 3. You did not have the piece of papers for us, so you gave us scratch paper.
I didn't give you the.
Gave us this, and this is what we did for the rest of the hour, right?
That's right.
I did do this. Okay. I know. Turn it in first.
Okay. Cole, let's turn it over. There should be no iPads out.
Oh, are you taking my pen?
No, we're not doing texting. What are you doing?
Hey, Ted, can you do something real quick? Can you give me the pen?
Okay.
Can you like put it in the middle?
Okay, guys. Now, I want to graph this. Okay, Jake? What we're going to do is pretend.
Oh, girl, we need to go.
Guys, I don't care if I don't get through this. It's still due at the end of the hour. That would be nice.
What did I say?
Good. Turn it over.
Here, I have Thank you.
You just said you didn't have it.
Thank you. I knew I did it.
Okay. Now, turn it over. Okay, so she has a little bit to complete.
I only have one.
Okay. Shh. Henry, you have a test to finish. Lisa, could you get her a pencil? It's there in the cupboard. Okay. To review this, Grant, we pretend it's really this. Right? What's the question? Lisa's getting it in the cabinet. Okay.
Thank you. I have a pencil.
All set. You solve for y. Okay, if you were interested, I can show you a quick way when they're written in this form. Well, first off, we'll solve for y, see if we can do that. Now, how do I solve for y? Allison? Jake, do you know how to solve for y? I want this guy all by itself. This is the basics of solving equations. Okay, Alexandra? So we're going to subtract what? X. Good. What am I left with? 0. I'm left with 0 here, but not here. Y is still there. Minus x minus 3. Right? Okay, Grant? What's the slope? And what's the beginning point, my y-intercept? Mariah? Negative what? No. It's negative. Nope. No x's. Okay, if you can remember this, that's very important. Slope is always a number. This is negative 3. That's correct, but negative 1 over 1 is still 1. Negative 1. No, b is negative 3. Now, I'm going to add my little graph, if I can figure out where it is. Oh, there it is. We are on number 7. Okay. Okay, Mike, do you remember how to graph? Thank you. Okay, where do we begin? Shh. Taylor. We begin at negative 3. Lalo, how do I find the next point? No, it's negative. Down 1, over 1. Down 1, over 1. Okay. Now, Lalo, do I get a solid line or a dotted line? Solid. Okay, I'm going to go back to this now. This just helps me get the line in the right position. That's all. And it's solid. You just told me it was solid, so I'm going to make it solid. Okay. And now, I know it's not very good, but it's close enough. Get the idea. Now, this is the part that many of you had troubles with yesterday, so listen to me again. Either this bottom side will be shaded or the top side will be shaded. No, no, no. Guys, no, no. Cole, how do we determine where we're going to shade?
Where's like your final little...
Caitlin. If you put this, now this is so important because this is going to relate to every other math class you take when you solve equations. You try to find numbers that make that true. Taylor, I could take any ordered pair in the plane. I could take 1, 1. Guys, please don't interrupt. I could take 1, 1. No, you can't go by that little inequality symbol. Not unless you solve for y and keep the inequality. My way is easier. I like easy. Okay, either the bottom half will be shaded or the top half will be shaded, one or the other. So I put in any ordered pair, and if it makes a true statement, I could put in 1, 1. Is 1 plus 1 bigger than or equal to negative 3? What's 1 plus 1? 2. Is that bigger than a negative number? Yes. But what's an easier number I could substitute in? 0, 0, unless I go through the origin, which case that I'm in trouble. Is that bigger than negative 3? Is 0 plus 0? Okay, so if you find one point that works here, they all work. Allison, face the front, please. Then this works, then all of these will work. Yes. You can't go by this equation the way it's written. Okay? That does not tell you anything. Should we try number 8? Okay, Cole, you have this all done. You can turn it into Lisa. She'll correct it. And I'll give you a new one. That honestly is the easiest way to do it. Okay, number 8. I'm going to add a new page. Maybe. And this is all I'm going to do. And then I'm going to come around, and we're going to come around and help you. So you should have this one done before you leave. And actually, you should have the other one done because it's the same thing. Almost. Oh, wait. I want to show you another way to graph this. I forgot to do that. Everybody pay attention. Okay, Lucas? There's a really nice way to graph lines if it's written in this form and if it's nice. I'm just going to do x plus y is negative 3. I just want to show you a quick, easy way. You don't want to use slope? I don't always use slope. Okay. X and y can be any number you want, right? Any number you want. So if I let x equal 0, what's y equal to? Grant? If x is 0, what's y equal to? It says right there, what's it say? Negative 3. What if y is 0? So now all I have to do on my graph is find the intercepts. When x is 0, y is negative 3. That's this point right down here. Sorry, my board's off. When y is 0, x is negative 3. Coming up. And that's it. It's called the intercept method. I'll go back to the original graph. Y is negative 3. X is negative 3. Gives me 2 points on the line. It's just kind of nice. You don't have to do slopes and intercepts. You could always substitute x equal to a value and find the y. That always works. But sometimes the quick graphing is better. Okay, Now we're going to go to the next one because it's kind of tough. That negative sign causes me problems. Actually, pardon? We're going to do 8. So you ready? There it is. Now, this one's maybe not so easy doing intercepts, but so let's do y equals mx plus b. Okay, you remember we pretend it says equals. Jake, how do I solve for y? Allison? I got to solve for y, but this is harder because of that negative sign. And by the way, I checked some work on people's papers, and they weren't right. So we subtract what? No. Okay, if I subtract x, that still doesn't make it go away. What does it have to be? 5x. And I put it over here. Now, what do you get when you add these? There should be enough space there. Don't write so big. I could do that. I could add y. I chose to do it this way because I want to get this. It doesn't matter. You will get the same thing. Now, I like to have my x's first. But that's not y. I don't want negative y. How do I get rid of negative y? Divide by what? A negative 1. So what happens here? No, I'm not dealing with the inequality symbol. I don't care about the inequality symbol. It's not going to matter until I graph. So y equals what? What's this give me, Mariah? 5x. This is what should be on your paper, plus 3. Now I'm going to get my graph. And I'm sorry that my board is really out of alignment. Okay. What is the y-intercept? Where do we begin? It's either at 5 or 3. Which one is it? 3. Don't write so big, or get another piece of paper. Get another piece of paper then. Okay. Then what's the slope? What's the slope? 5 over 1. Okay. Where am I going to begin? The 5 or the 3? Grant, which one am I going to begin at? At 3. So that's up here. And now how do I do the slope of 5 over 1? 5, I'm going to run out of space if I go up 5. Yeah. You going to come up and do it? Yeah. I want to get a slope of 5. So she's going to go down 5, but then if she goes down 5, you have to do what? Nope. Just press undo. Way over there, left. Up at the top. Way up top. There you go. But it's down 5, you're right, but it's the other direction. Okay. But it's down 5 to the left 1. It's a positive slope. Yeah, it is. Oh, do I get to include that line? Well, I'm asking you, is it dotted or not? Well, they're all straight. It is solid because it's less than or equal to. Now, don't go by this. You can't just bring this inequality down and decide which way to shade. You have to test a point. Which point do you want to test? 0, 0. If I put in 0, that's 0. 5 times 0 is 0, right? Minus 0, is that less than negative 3? Is 0 smaller than negative 3? It's bigger. So guess what? 0, 0 doesn't work. So if 0, 0 doesn't work, Grant, nothing on this side works, so it's this side. Okay? What we're going to do tomorrow is graph 2 of them on the same one. Don't throw Taylor. And find out where they intersect. It's going to be challenging. So you have time to work. And there's a bunch of us here, 2 of us here, that can help you. If you are done, you turn it in, and we're going to correct it. They are not recorded. I mean, find something to record them on. Now you're going to have to find a different point in the plane. It doesn't matter. We can take 1, 1 and see if it works. Is 1 bigger than negative 1? 4/5. so it stays on that side. That's the only fault with my deal there.